G'day, Mumbles here, episode 9, Noobs Let's Play. Third time I've tried to do this, so let's hope it works this time. So I've dug a big hole in the ground, very specific dimensions and placement. The reason I've done this is because I need to get things sorted. There's a chest over there behind that tree somewhere. There's chests, so you can't see them. Trust me, there's chests here, 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 and here. No, they're everywhere. They're all over the place and they're full of just random stuff. None of it makes any sense. So we are getting sorted. We're going to fix that problem and make sure that we don't have that as a problem anymore going forward, because I've got other stuff I want to do. I've been gathering materials. These aren't pumpkins, these are jack-o'-lanterns. A lot of redstone, lots of wood. Again, more redstone in these components. The main thing I had to do was mine a lot of redstone, and it took quite a while. It's done now. When I put all those bits together, it's going to look like this. At least the bottom part of it will anyway. I should probably turn my field of view back up to normal. Yeah, let's do that quickly. What is normal? Who's to say? So this is it. I've gone with this size. Can't walk on there because there's nothing there at the moment. This will be my input chest, and anything that doesn't go through will come out here. It doesn't look right. No, that's right. Will come out here into that chest there. I didn't come up with it myself, of course, and you've probably seen it before. It was designed by Tango Tech 3 years ago. I love it. I've used it so many times. I've looked at a few other ones that are more modern designs, and the chests are all together, and you can have shulker boxes as well, which is great. They're super compact and they look really good. But I kind of need the reminder beside the chest of what's inside it. Now, I've heard the item frames are an entity and they can create lag in the game. But say if I had oak wood in this chest, I can just put an oak wood block there. There's lots of ways to signify what's inside the chest without having to have the item frame right there. Alright, let's have a little kip because it's night time. First thing I want to do is go through and place 3 pumpkins like that. Well, these can be solid blocks. They could be stone, wood, anything you want. I've used jack-o'-lanterns so that the lighting updates of the redstone torches won't cause lag, because the light of the redstone torches will be overpowered by the light of the jack-o'-lanterns. If you can see that basic pattern there, I'll do it again here. 1, 2, and 1. 1 in each of the back corners. Gap of 2. And that's your basic layout. And I go all the way around it and do it for all of the modules. Okay, that's a start. I just find it easier to break it up into small steps. Let's do the repeaters and the comparators. The repeater going into this block and one there. This repeater, you have to set it for 4 ticks. So 1 tick now, 2 ticks, 3 ticks, 4 ticks. You have to do that. I don't know why. Ask Tango. He's the one that designed this whole thing. Okay, so we've done our repeaters. Now we want to get redstone comparators. 1 there, 1 there. Come around, face the other direction. 1, 2. Again, on the next module. 1, 2. 1, 2. Now, this might be a silly way to do it, but it works for me. I mean, you could build up the module all in one go, and then move on to the next module. But especially once you get up onto the, as it gets taller, you don't want to be jumping down all the time. And if you can stay up there, it makes it a lot quicker to build. Okay, next up we're going to put some redstone dust. I'm going to put a torch there, redstone dust there and there. On the back pumpkin and there. So just lead it down and then across. And one right there. Just follow the same pattern through all of the modules. Alright, that's all the dust for now. Let's grab some redstone torches, put one there, on top of there and on the side of there, on top and on the front. Next module, on the side, top, the front. Next module. Okay, we're gonna press shift, crouch, and place one on top of the comparator that we set to 4 ticks. All the way around. Okay, that's the last one there. Now on the way back, I want to put one, I just use the hitbox of the torch. All the way back, place one in the back of each of these torches. Okay, that was the last one there. We just went around and placed ones on top of this comparator, and we need to place a torch on the back side of that. Alright. Now the next step, let's grab comparators. So comparator facing that way. And hopper just on top. Don't know if you can see it on the video, but there is a hitbox around that torch, which has a square top, and I've got my crosshairs right in the middle of that square top. And I can jump across. Middle click on that comparator, and so on and so forth. Don't have to jump across, obviously. Do all the comparators at once. Up to you. That's the last comparator there, and hold shift and against the side of the comparator place a block and then put a redstone torch on the back. Shift, block, middle click on a redstone torch to grab it out of your inventory, and so on and so forth until you get to the end. This will be the last thing I'm doing tonight. It's very late, I need to go to bed. Well, it's the next day, IRL. It's late afternoon and I shouldn't be quite as tired as I was last night. Right, so we can work off these droppers that we have. Let's get some hoppers in the inventory. Holding shift so we don't open the dropper. We want one there, one going into there, one going into this dropper, and join them across like that. And then we want to put one in the middle like that. memory. Oh. Okay, so we want a, let's just double check. Yep, we want a pumpkin on top of here. Right, let's just do this hopper pattern and pumpkin or any solid block on top of there. Solid block. There, 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 and one coming off the middle. Just keep it nice, little chunks that are easy to remember. I'm going to go through and do that to every module. I'm nearly at the end, I've only got a few more to go, but I turned around to do this one, and this orange square, this is why the light Matica is so handy for big jobs like this, because one little mistake is going to throw the whole thing off. It's saying this torch is in the wrong state, so it draws my attention and I wonder why, and I look down, this is still in blue. I hadn't put stone dust there, now we've got one. Makes it a lot easier on these big jobs. Hold down shift so we're not opening the droppers. You can see by the time you get to the end, you get pretty used to doing it. That's why it's good to just break it up into small little chunks like that. I think we'll add the slabs next. So we're going to go and put these slabs in. So we've got, didn't hold shift, we've got a slab there, a slab there coming off the right hand side dropper. And then we're coming off this solid block, got a little L shape. And these are a lot easier, I think, to do from the ground. Yeah, I think it's probably easier just to go from the ground like that. And then a little L, just like that, on each one of the modules again. 1, 2, little L, 1, 2, 3. And we just do that all the way around. Before you got to the end, you've already worked out your own little system. I like to stand on this one. Alright, next step. See this hopper here? That goes down into this hopper. These hoppers here are for joining, and this is your out and this is your output hopper here. And I've just joined it into the next module. But there, that's the start, which is the same as this one over here. That's the start. Goes in there. This is the first one. And that is the last one. So that's why this is our linking hoppers here. These ones out here let you put a furnace or a chest so you can add into the system anywhere around. Right, let's put these hoppers in. So this is our input for the next module. So we go into there. Module number 3 joins in here. On the corners, it's a little different. All we do is you've got your hoppers that would normally lead off to the next dropper, but instead just feed them over to the input on the next module. We'll do it here, and we'll do it on the other corner over there. Just like that. I usually show you the last couple because by the time we get all the way around, I'm a lot more confident by the time we get to the end. Now this one, that's going to go into our chest, wherever that may be. We'll join that up later. We don't need it now. For now, we'll just leave it pointing there, and that's the last output. That's where our overflow comes out. there's any items that go all the way through and don't have a place to go, that's where we'll find them coming out there, and then we can make a home for them inside the sorting system. The next thing I want to do is these hoppers here. We're going to put one directly downwards into there. See how it doesn't have an arrow because it's going straight down. Then we put one going into that way. We want another one facing this way, but it just goes into air. So if we put that there, and hopefully I can pick it up before a hopper does. I don't think I did, but there it is. So it went into the dropper and it got spat out. This is the next module here. This one, when we first did those hoppers there, the middle one, that's where we're going to put the one straight down in, pushing shift, and then a hopper into the solid block. Take your solid block back, shift into the middle, onto the back of that one, and then into air using a temporary block. Alright, last one. For some reason that was a little bit tedious. The other ones seemed quite easy and quick to do, but that was a little bit fiddly. Because you've got to remove that block rather than just placing blocks. Right, that is it. Where are we? So this is going to run along one block up and along those slabs that we've already put in, and it just goes all the way around. And when you get to the end, just stop at the edge of the slabs here, so we don't want to have a solid block. When we put a chest there later, we don't want a solid block there. Okay, and the other bit we can put out exactly one block away, you'll have stairs in there, is again any solid block that you like. I'm going to use this color again. Just run all the way around. Alright, I just paused for a little bit while I got my shulker boxes out, and I've been completely talking to myself for a few minutes there. This is our gap. See the light underneath? We've got the hoppers that join the two modules together. In this gap, you can do things like, for example here, I'll take that block away and I'll put a smelter, like maybe a blast furnace, hopper, and a chest, so I can come in and just put all my ore that I want to smelt in there. After it's cooked, it'll put it into the system, and then I might have my iron here, or my gold here. Now, while I was on pause before, I was showing you how I put the chests in. There's 6 chests, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3. And I just jump down, and you're going to take some damage, but you can just eat some food, that's fine. And then as you jump, hit on the back of the chest, and that's it. You just do that all the way around. So our next module, 1, 2, and I just realised I don't have to take damage because I can just use my elytra to fly down. So the next step is hoppers into the back of all of those chests. The easiest way is to do, you can do one row from the bottom, we can do all the rows. Just like that. Move on to the next module. We've done all the hoppers onto the back of the chests, but there's another 2 hoppers that need to go on top. You're going to need temporary blocks here, and then hopper there, and then take these away. So they just point into the air like that. So do the blocks first, shift, middle click on the hoppers, whoops, middle click on the hoppers, hopper, hopper, collect the blocks. Alright, back down on this first layer of hoppers that we put in. We're going to put a solid block right there, and then top of that hopper there. And I'm going to do that all the way around. Top of the hopper, in the corner, top of the hopper, in the corner. Then when you get used to it, you go hopper, corner, hopper, corner. I've just reached the end. It'll take very long actually. All the way around. Now we want to get repeaters, and every single one of those solid blocks that we just put in, we put a repeater leading into them. Just like that. Okay, so we've put the repeaters in on the way back, and this was the first solid block that we just put in. Put a piece of dust there, and then we join, whoops, shift. We join those two up there. Now this here is power for the dropper towers that are going to be here later. It's sort of a separate part of the circuit, but it does tap into here. So I just do that right now. So again, we go over one that was in the corner, we put a dust next to it, shift so we don't look inside the hoppers, and one there. And again, before you get to the end, it sort of becomes second nature. Okay, before I start the next bit, let's get, this was only ever just a walkway. Let's get rid of that so there's no confusion. Alright, so we need to power these hoppers on and off, on and off, on and off. I pretend like I know, but I've got no idea how he does it. But that's what this little section is here. It's power supply to the hoppers in some way. I don't know. I wish I did. It'd be pretty cool if you knew how to do stuff like that. You just place these on top of the redstone dust that's underneath. Two slabs on the side, and then a solid block against the hopper, like that. And the exact same, it's nice and symmetrical and easy to understand, this one. And one there. Then you put a repeater, and a repeater there. Redstone dust along there. And this is the bit, in the past, this is the bit that I've forgotten. Inside here, you put a torch and a torch. And then you do this 2 more times, and it'll take you up to about that level there. One more time. I'll see how long it takes to do 2. On top of the redstone dust, jump up. Got slab, and then another slab. Solid block on the side of the hopper. Slab, slab. Solid block side of the hopper. Repeater, dust, and 2 torches on the inside. All right. Now what we want to do is do our dropper towers. We're going to need droppers. There's going to be a total of 9. The top one faces a different way. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. And the top one faces towards your big smiley face. Same on this side. Actually, you can do both at once if you want. That's 7, 8, 8. Facing in, and then solid block there and there. And run your hoppers out of the dropper into there. Same on this side. And then we want some redstone dust across the top. We also need torches on those blocks as well. Nearly finished. Again, probably wasn't long for you. It was a little while for me, it wasn't too bad, but there's a lot of blocks to place. Alright, we're getting there. Alright, we're going to need some slabs for the next part. Where we want to be, top of there really. This bit of dust that we put here before, why did I jump there? So we're going to get some slabs and take that so that we can power these other levels that we've built. So we're standing on the top of a block here, and of course you don't want the bottom half shift, and then redstone. Slab, shift. Another one of those fiddly ones, but it's not too bad. Actually, it's pretty good. Just take it up, of course being slabs that doesn't cut the redstone off. Redstone tower, I think we call it. And let's see. Oh, connects it right up to the top. I think that's the advantage of doing it this way, is that each part of the build is just, oh, that's actually pretty funny. I thought I was up the end there, but I've still got to do that section. Really, I'm only a bit past halfway. Alright, okay, for this section we want to have a torch here and here, and then on top of the hitbox of the torch, block, and then on the outside, torch. Then on top of these torches, and then on the inside again. So when the blocks are on the outside, we put torches on the inside. When there's 2 blocks on the inside, put torches on the outside. And we go all the way up until we reach the level of the top dropper. It's a torch I can... Look. Torch. Plop. Torch. It's pretty straightforward. And this is powering the droppers, apparently. Now, there's one other thing we need to do. Oh, sorry, we're not high enough yet. And this top one, once we get to this level, we don't need torches on the inside here. To finish it off, we need to put 1, 2, 3, 4 torches on the outside. 1, 2. I'm not sure how we're going to reach it. I'm going to have to come back later and do the bottom 2 torches on the inside. Block on top. Torch. Block. Oops. Redstone. Yes. And redstone torch. Pop.
Yeah.
Shh.
Are you still recording?
That's why I said shh. Okay, so now that we're at the top, can reach 3 of them. Let's go. Now, it's interesting. Now we're going to have to... Where are we? Did I miss the last one? Oh, haven't even done the last one. I'm getting tired. Alright, that's fine. You can see the torches here. This is the last thing that we have to do, and it's a little bit fiddly. I could have placed them as I built the tower, but I wasn't sure if that was going to wreck something. Tango puts them there last, so I put them there last. I didn't put them there last in my creative build, and I think it still worked. But after all this work, I didn't want to risk it. I go through and place all the torches on the backs here, and then I'm going to have a rest. Then I'll come back and show you how to load up the chests and how to organize the chests the way that you want. Okay, it's time for me to show you how to use this sorting system now. It's fairly straightforward. So I've got the 6 types of wood there, and the way that you use the chests, you can see I've got every single slot has to be loaded. So when an item tries to enter this chest, if it's not a dark oak log, or if it's not a dark oak sapling, then it's not going in this chest. There's no room for it, no place for it. Same with the spruce logs and the spruce saplings. Here is a blast furnace, got some coal in there, and if I put some iron ore, for example, I get 3 pieces of iron ore. Now this is our iron chest. We've got 21 in this slot here. If I just put my ore in there and we watch this, it will finish. Oh, it's a blast furnace, so it should be fairly quick. And there it is, it just popped in there, and you'll see another one fairly shortly. Above that, I've got some random armor that I got when I was in the end. Down here, I've got stairs and slabs in here, and in the wooden section, I've got trapdoors, doors. You can see what's in there. Now, that's fine. So I want gunpowder in this chest. I couldn't put a gunpowder block, so I've used item frames where I need to, but wherever I can get away with it, I just used a block. So that's it. Only gunpowder can go in that chest now. Now, when you get up to here, I've picked sugarcane. This is going to be a placeholder. I've got most of the items that I'm mucking around with in early game. I've got a place for them now. As I need to, I'll just add to this. So say if I wanted to change this, I didn't want this to be sugar. You know, I've worked out that I want this to be blackstone. Then I just come along, grab all the sugarcane out and fill it up with blackstone. But until then, I can fill the remainder of the chests with sugarcane. I've got a lot of it from the sugarcane farm. And that way, everything will pass through. Now let me show you what happens. This is my input chest. I've got flour, piece of redstone, which I have a home for. Flour's random. Lapis I've got a home for. Scaffolding's random. Glowstone has a home. And the glistening melon has no home. Unless I've made a mistake, which is more than possible. So I just put sugarcane there and there. So this should be the last chest. Very good. Should be okay. Aha! I found it. So I haven't gone through and found enough shroom lights yet. So you notice my redstone is in the redstone chest, my lapis is in the lapis chest. These are random things. This is what will pop out once I put sugarcane in the rest of it. This is what will pop out the end. Just the random things that don't have a home. This is the shroom light, and the glowstone didn't quite make it. The way it works is the items come down and then up, I think, or maybe they come down and then get shot back up the next tower, come down this lot. So you put the items in the chests how you please. It's a very, very cool system. Look at the shadow of the villager jumping up, the zombie jumping up and down in the iron farm. It's pretty funny. There he is. Well, hopefully that was of some help. If you're looking at building a system, obviously, if you want the technical information, check out Tango's video. There'll be a link in the description. And if that was something that you enjoyed or was of some help, make sure you leave a like if you want to. Never flown around in this point of view before. I always feel like once the tutorial part's over, I can just muck around. It kind of looks cool, but it's a bit disorienting. Look at the camera then. Yeah, gonna have to put a roof on it probably. Whoa, I'm looking a bit blurry there. I'm just having fun now. Well, I thought that went pretty well. There's a lot of work, that's for sure. But you know, you can't have these chests just lying around everywhere. Still got a lot of sorting to do. Let's grab all the stuff that we can sort. Still haven't got a spot for ladders, I just realised. A lot of this stuff will go in though. We got another lovely day. There we go. We'll just chuck it in. They're still angry at me. I don't want to talk to you when you're like that. I'll get some apples. Henry. I have to make a potion of weakness. Don't really feel like doing that right now. Sorry, boys. Guess I could. Bob was the one that showed me how to make it in the first place. Do 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 do. It's just that, isn't it? Hope so. Need more than one apple there. Alright. Go and get an apple. That's the sticks. Some gold. Let's go. I should be making fire resistance for myself so I don't die in the lava again. Weakness. Splash potion. Potion. That's what I needed. There we go. I don't want to accidentally feed one of them 2 apples. Alright boys, you might be able to share this. I think you got some as well. There you go. feel a bit better in a minute. Well, that's it for me today. Catch you later.